Alrighty, everybody, we're back with some Isaac. We're doing slot 2. Let's try and do some E. What do we need to do that? Not picking up parts for 2 levels. That's pretty doable. That's pretty doable. We'll just do some Isaac to start. Can I make it 2 levels without picking up parts? We'll see if I remember. Who knows? I'd love to do some Eve. Christmassy. The stream title today is a very cider's Christmas Eve. Today I decided to go to the liquor store and pick up some cider. Locals. Typically a local brand. Liquor stores that you go to in person tend local. How that goes. Where I live, it's kind of hard to get. It's not exactly the substance. Although I'm sure there are more difficult. Although a variety of them have been getting a lot more lately. I know the audio quality is still not the great, but I am actively working on that. I figured out what I think to be done a little bit of testing, getting set up for. Hello. Stop and back. Hey, you. I seem quiet. Oh no. I think I know how to fix it. Use this. Have it work. Is this acceptable? It's too loud. And speak up a little. Right now I'm just trying to figure things out. Okay. Glad to hear. Much rather readjust as needed. Anyways, I went to the liquor store. Got some cider. I love cider. Hot minute since I've had some. Oh. I've partaken. Forgive me of sinned. Okay, odd mind. Take that. A little bit of speed up. Damage down is not, but let's see if we can get away with picking up. Well, that's not good. Does it count red hearts? Hearts 2. We'll find out. So yeah, I've had a little bit of local cider. As you can see, face is a little bit red, a little flush. Did I mean to donate all that money? No, but there. It will not matter when the bombs drop. Thank you, Forrest, for that. That's been one that has lived in my head a little bit. What will it matter when the bombs drop? Kind of a silly way to. Very nihilist, but what am I if not? Although in more of the, I guess, tradition sense of like nothing matters, so I might as well do things I find enjoyable and good for me. So, stay with the more traditional knife, whatever. Up. Always on that grind. It never ends. Especially once you think that you're done. ever done. This game clutches in, certainly has its clutches in. Also today I'm on mouse and keyboard. That's what I'm familiar with, and that's what I will continue. Last time I felt like I certainly loving some dodges. Taking hits, not that. Yes. Am I gonna take Dunce Cap? Am I that big of a dunce? Do I think that I can get items that actually make Dunce Cap usable? I'm feeling a little zany today, so see if we can make this work. It's a have a merry Zanesmas, everybody. Yeah, exactly. Can I hit enemies that are perpendicular to me? No. I remember what the word I'm gonna blame the cider on it. We'll get there one day. One day I will actually. Okay, I'll take the damage and. But yeah, I've had, I think, about 3 painters worth of cider. This has been shared, of course, because I. What a bab. And I tinted rock tint. Does this count for Eve? I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, I've consumed way too much alcohol for one day, but it's festive. It's a festive day, as you can see by my festive hat peeking out. You know what? Go a little crazy. A Merry Zanesmas to you, everyone. For those who celebrate, because I don't really. I'm a. The only thing I know how to celebrate is my birthday. Technically. For that wrapped gift. Ooh, yes, please, Black Lotus. I would also love to get a Black Lotus in real life. That would pay for groceries from. Is that worth now? Like $3,000? I feel like well. I don't think Brother Bobby is getting that up. I mean, since we already did a misplay regard. Oh, blood bag. Cool. I was wondering why I got 2 items. There it is. Bigger speed. That's a range. Alright, next run. Next run? Next floor. So it's been a good day for me. I love not having to work. A nice holidays day. We need more of that. I feel like everybody have more days and just He's always got to stay on it. Thank you. I'm so bald. I've been listening to Steely Dan. I listened to Asia. That album, he's right about that album. That album is very good. I do need to listen to more because it's actually good. It's actually good stuff. Okay, well, that's one bomb down. We will continue. This is where it is. Really? Christmas Eve? You're gonna do this to me on Christmas Eve? I haven't even unlocked Eve. Almost maximum. Yeah. Badly take Lopia. You've disrupted the flow. Now you've got me self-conscious. Am I Northern Lion? No, but I have been influenced by his works. You know, I was looking through some of my YouTube comments. Bald. Yep. It's true. Hang on. It as an early Christmas present, you can see the gift that I've wrapped up for you. Let me get the hat back up. Why are you? Yeah, that's one of the YouTube comments I've gotten. Why are you bald? I don't know why people feel comfortable with asking that question. It'd be like asking, "Oh, why do you have that ugly ass birthmark on your fucking head?" Why do you look like that? And it's just rude. Anyways, I've had a couple of comments insinuate that I am trying to be Northern Lion, which, I mean, they're not entirely wrong. Come on, I'm my own individual. I am not him. Choice and not in neither case. Yes. Look, if I could have hair, I don't know, I might still be bald. My hair, even back when I had it, was good. It's not like I had luscious locks. Let's say that much. I didn't have beautiful hair. I've never had. Yeah, you're a lucky motherfucker. You want everybody that gets to keep hair. Not everybody can be so lucky. If I could have kept my hair and like I said, I would have been attached for a little bit, and then at some point, wow, this looks awful. Why does my hair look like this? But I keep getting YouTube comments saying like Northern. Sorry, the YouTube comment that I've gotten that made me laugh the most was we have Northern Lion at home. Northern Lion at home. I think it was when I was playing Bazaar 5. And that game had the sauce somewhere in there, but it got diluted. But I think like 3 different comments being, this MFer's Northern Lion. Yeah, I know, I'm bald. I'm bald and I'm trying to banter and or playing the same games that he plays, but that's because the games are good and not just because I'm trying to copy him, okay? Yes. Yes. This MFer is bald. Only 2 bald people on the face of the planet. Who's the other bald person? The other famous bald. Hang on, there's like 6. What's the? I saw the terrible meme earlier. What was it? It's like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Jason Statham. Who else? Johnny Sins. Me. Yeah, I'm the one in the bald meme. I mean, even Northern Lion is walking up. Twice in one. What am I doing? I missed Diplopia. Anyways, people talk about bald people, second-class citizen. Look, just because I don't have hair doesn't mean I don't have feelings. Yeah, if you only get exceptions to this because I've known you. I wouldn't, if you went up to somebody on the street and was like, damn, you're bald, I would expect them to say for you to fuck off. Perhaps even go somewhere else and leave me alone. Why? What am I doing? Get me out of here. Walking into stuff that I... But yeah, be nice to bald people. Be nice to people. Imagine that. Something as simple as that. You know who else is bald? You know what? That's true. I went bald because of I saw this little bald baby and I said, you know what? I'm gonna cop this guy's... Damn, this little guy's got some swag. That's why I cry so much. Yes. But also because crying is a healthy human. Yay. You know what? I'm of a mind to put you in time. I was also interacting with someone recently that didn't understand the like why we don't say a variety of words that we said in thousands. Like, wow, that's Arsler. And they actually like unironically still said that things are gay. Like, this guy does not understand. Are we really encounters alien? No. No, I just encountered somebody that did not have any amount of introspection and also thought that it was okay to be unmoving in the face of time. The sands of time will continue to move, so I will be unyielding in my verbiage and the slurs that I use. I mean, it makes sense. I'm not gonna say it's a good thing, but it makes sense that people still think like that. I mean, we still had people the sands of time. Do you think Sans Undertale would beat up people that say slurs? I was gonna say, do you think Sans Undertale would say slurs? And then I thought about it for a second. I was like, no, I don't think that guy would. Feel like I feel like he'd just say go away and or frick off in some fashion. Dimensional base. I think I am, especially since I have the Eternal. The moon? I don't think. Do I take the shovel? I just paid 15 cents for the. I don't think I'm gonna. Why did I do this? Why didn't I save that for next? What am I doing? Final Fantasy 14 is lost. What have they been doing? Is it because it's Christmas? You know what? It's the kids are out of school. That's it. The kids say, actually, I've had queue time, so I'm going to make it everybody else's problem. I am I am 16 years old and I've been addicted to Final Fantasy 14 for how long is Final How long has the most recent iteration been out? Multiple years? Is it almost a decade? I think we're coming up on that, actually. Not expansion. I mean, Final Fantasy 14? Yeah. Um, how long has A Realm Reborn been the patch of choice? Yeah, I know Ball. I've played up to the critically acclaimed Heavensward expansion. I didn't play any of the post patch content, but that's fine. It, I have things to do with my life. 12 years? Yeah. Anyways, 16-year-old be like, I was 4 years old when I started playing. Cutting in and out. Oh, man. Looks like I need to readjust a little bit. I just need to actually maintain a more constant verbiage. Verbiage? Not verbiage. A more constant. Forgive me, I'm perusing through the mental thesaurus here. I need to participate in a more consistent tone. Game down final. All the gamers going insane on shit's Grammy. That's true. Nobody knows what to do anymore if their favorite services are on. Maybe Steam should have more buffer servers. Events like this. Strategy board they add last patch. What is the strategy board? I'm only so familiar with the game. And you can use strats for boss. Okay, that makes sense. Or at least makes enough sense to me. Okay. I'm not exactly a planner. I'm a doer. By doer, I mean I sometimes do things. Sometimes do things other than game and stream. Only occasionally, though. Very occasional. Many of them are lost. I mean, that's a good question. I feel like Final Fantasy has, I would say, a notorious amount of shit posters. I mean, I don't know a whole lot of anything from anything, but that community seems flush with people that spend a lot of time doing just Final Fantasy. Their whole brain. Yeah, that's the. Look, I'm trying to be nice here, okay? There's only so many ways I can word this. These people are unhinged. What else have I been up to? I have certainly been enjoying having days off for Christmas. I think that the 3-day work week. Let's do like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Can we do that as the norm? Let everybody just kind of do their own thing. The rest of the week, you can have more people making art and or playing Final Fantasy 14. I mean, the thing about art is that it does need to be consumed, appreciated. I think making fart. Very true. I mean, we need more people like who am I saying? We need more creators like Suda51 and who else? Sweary? Yeah, we need more unhinged artists like that. Kojima. Why are all the most unhinged artists from Japan? Or at least the most I'll say accepted as unhinged? Because there are certainly some unhinged Western art. Like I was gonna say David Cage. David Lynch is definitely in. David Lynch? I feel like why do I keep feeling like that's wrong? Not David Cage. No. Mr. My game isn't for slurs. So are they still making that Star Wars game? That one have like a release date in? How was Star Wars Outlaws? Did that one actually get played by anybody, or was that just more Ubisoft? I mean, I know the answer. I gotta ask anyway. Do people even play Ubisoft games anymore? I feel like they got their whole steez eaten up by other game studios. Like Ghosts of Yotai is like exactly what Far Cry 3 was. Which Star Wars? The one that Outcast? Was it Outcast? I don't think it's Outcast. I thought it was Outlaws or like Bounty Hunter. And the new one by Ubisoft is not very good. Outlaw, okay. That's the one. No, not Outcast. Sorry. Alright. I mean, I'm not exactly a game developer by any means. I just know that soft stuff. 36% liked this. That's a really low rating. I feel like a 36%. That's like a 7 out of 10 by IGN. IGN Is it an enlightened take to say IGN is the first moderate centrist video game reviewer? Everything gets a 7 out of 10. It could be better. It could be better, but if you like the genre, you'll like it. If you give that to every game, then why the hell are you even why are you even reviewing games? Your critique is completely invalid. Is it too hard to actually make a stand, or really need that money that much? Rolling my 3-sided die to give the game a 7 out of 10. Yeah, that's exactly how their reviews go. Could be the worst game ever made, and it would still get a 7 out of 10. It's just, why bother? You're purely a slop manufacturer. Slop review. That could be a YouTube series. Slop reviews. Just reviewing absolutely terrible game you know no one is gonna like, but give it a 7 out of 10. Specifically because you know give it a high review. Uh, anyways, I should definitely become a gamer. That's what this that's what my goal in life is. A game reviewer. Actually, that wouldn't be that bad. Ideally, nothing like what IGN puts out. 7 out of 10. If you like the genre, probably 8 out of 10. I actually kind of liked it, but it's flawed. 10 out of 10. Actually, one of the best games of this decade. But I am so dead inside that nothing can reach my soul at this. I only know how to give a game a 7 out of 10. That's the lowest my editor will actually let me. No thanks. That doesn't sound like an ideal life. I want to be able to play games and enjoy them. I want to play Expedition 33. I want to do that as like a long form thing, ideally. But I want to have a good mic for it, or a good microphone setup for it. Because that game seems like it would be one of those that would make me cry. Any piece of media that I think could actually touch my soul and make me cry is worth experience. I also need to finish Baldur's Gate 3, so who knows? Opposite problem with music. Listen to so 5 stars to the weird shit that makes them feel emotions. Yes. There's only so much that you can experience of a media form before you have to take a, I would say, short to very long break and say, please, I need to let me out of my dungeon. I can't do this anymore. Is that what Anthony Fantano feels like? I've actually had a couple of people compare my physical looks to Anthony. And I just looked them in the eyes and I said, is it just because I'm bald and wearing a flannel? Personally, formulas for feldspars. I don't know what that means at all. Is that some sort of gatekeeping stuff? Like geologist gatekeeping? Accessibility? XKCD. Okay. So yes, it is exactly what I diagnosed. When you spend your entire life immersed in something, of course you're going to have opinions that are deranged. I mean, have you looked at some of the old school psychology stuff? We were just looking at Jungian psychology earlier today, and that's a guy that spent a lot of time listening to Freud. Derogatory. Uh, is this? That didn't blow up my guy. Okay, well, get blown up then. Pretty comfortable in the idea that I don't know anything about anything, so really just guys with this item. Please. I may or may not be winning. I'm only half locked in. Okay, cool. Damage up? That might... You know what? I'll take that. That may be a race. So what's everybody's favorite holiday movie? Will I take another Guppy item? Will. Also play this guy. Don't know what I'm... I think my favorite holiday flick is Home Alone. I think that's the one I've watched the most. I mean, I like Macaulay Culkin. Glad that he's the drugs. Thank you, Brenda Song, for saving that man. I mean, Die Hard is good. Gremlins is one of those that people forget is a Christmas movie, but I feel like it's one of those 80s movies just kind of fell by the wayside other than the cultural relevance. What was it? Don't Feed Them After Midnight? Like it's like everybody just kind of tuned out the rest of the movie after. I mean, it's not like there's really anything inherent in kind of just a sad a sad flick. Sad? I would say it's one of those that tries to play with your expectations. A Christmas movie, but movies are in general. Not really the second. I don't know. I'm kind of bullshit. By kind of, I mean very much. Die Hard holds up. I mean, it's obviously 80s action flick. Why is it that the 80s just completely control the zeitgeist even still? Somebody answer that question for me. Why do the boomers still hold the media zeitgeist? I'd prefer if we could actually... Shit. We really got to break out of this time loop, that's for sure. Um, what was I saying? Why don't we have more like staying power media from. I'm trying to think of the movies from the early. I mean, they're all like rom-com. Was rom-com the genre or like coming of age comedy? Don't worry, it'll loop back around. I don't think so. I feel like comedies have really fallen by the wayside just a variety of ways. Mostly because nobody wants to invest the money in them. Even though they're astoundingly cheap and generally make a profit, it's all about the big budget Marvel movies. Speaking of which, isn't Steve Rogers back? Isn't he Captain America again? Speaking of Chris Hansen, I need to see the new Knives Out movie. What is it? Wake Up Dead Man? I feel like Ryan Johnson knows how to put out some fun movie. I don't know if I would classify them good, but they're good popcorn. It's not like anything needs to be any other than popcorn. At least that's where I land. In the latest books I've been reading are popcorn flicks. Sometimes it's okay to have fun. Only sometimes. Only. I feel like the early aughts. Can you just open up, please? Talking to my mother. Guy, can you just actually so that I can dance? Anyways, I feel like we don't really have good turn your brain off media. I mean, we do, but it's all on TikTok. Literally rots your brain. Like when people actually have to create an episode and write down, hey, maybe we should have morals at the end of maybe we should have an idea. Maybe we should have a lasting message other than like having fun is good. Like what's the message of Footloose? Is it's gotta allow the kids to express themselves? I mean that's where I would include the messages. India never says anything, so you can make a wiki. Yeah, all media is just to exist to make a Wikipedia page so that you can sell ad space for people stupid. Right? That's how that goes? Gotta lock in. All media needs to exist for the second lowest common denominator, and then the Wikipedia page for it needs to exist for the lowest. That's how that goes? Right? Oh, good. And enshrine my opinions in the fact of that's where I got it wrong. You have to win the argument by editing the Wikipedia. Thank you, Rubber Smith.